some of this stuff.
Well, because of your association with this one guy?
So,
Yeah.
well, anyway, what happened, we were trapped in this draw, and you know, everybody was a little bit worked up.
Uh-huh.
And we were down in there, and
At Lemberg? Is that Lemberg?
No, it's at Lemberg.
Uh-huh.
And our platoon leader said to me, we were down in his draw, he said, Gilbertson, take a man with you, he said, and get up on the ridge and dig in and see what's going on.
I just believe in early intervention.
Uh-huh. See what's going on?
I really do.
That's what he said. Gilbertson, take a man with you, he said, and go up on the ridge. And I thought, up then, who should be doing that? Should it be a PSC or should it be one of the platoon sergeant or squad leader or even the platoon leader?
Uh-huh.
What?
And well, it's a direct order. I can take a man with you, he said, and get up and dig in on the ridge to see what's going on. So
Where are you guys going?
I said, Dia, I never even hesitated.
Uh-huh.
I said, Dia, you want to go? Yeah, so we went up. Yeah, we got on right. We were laying on there looking on the ground to see if we could see anybody in there, you know, in the woods. We were pretty careful. Not to pick escape route like any animal would do. There was a little clump of trees there, I can still see it, with some rocks kind of piled around it. So then we carried one short-handled spade, you know, they usually use when they're going to dig.
Uh-huh.
So we looked around, it didn't look like we could see anybody right there, you know. And so we stood up on the ridge, which you shouldn't never be doing. We stood up on the ridge, and I had the spade, and Leo was right next to me. And I just put the spade to start digging, and evidently it was, must have been from the tank, I didn't see it. Must have been the tank, they were camouflaged so darn good, and oh god dang it, they opened up, and how they missed, I don't know, because we were standing right smack up in the front, but he hit these small trees right over our head. And I quick dived behind that little pile of rock, flat, and I think he did a backward somersault. And he rolled down the hill, and he missed us.
Uh-huh.
And so I was still there, and I was laying flat behind it, and they were hitting the trees around it with 20 millimeters.
Uh-huh.
And so I started sliding backwards, keeping that in between me, flat on the ground. I started sliding backwards till I got below the brow of the hill. Then it was okay.
Uh-huh.
I thought myself, how they messed us is beyond me, because we must have stood up right back in front of them.
Uh-huh.
Didn't see them. There was a camouflage. And I thought about beehive, you know. It could have been, that could have been almost my fault, that if he'd have got hit.
You had to choose someone.
Huh?
You had to choose someone.
And I was thought of it, said, doggone it, why did he tell me that?
Uh-huh.
Do it. But, you know, I think he knew my name better than anybody else in the platoon. Whenever it was something on it, Gilbertson. And that I thought myself that day. I think that probably that should have been his responsibility to see what was going on, not me. But it was. I thought I kind of excused everybody because, you know, it wasn't quite a normal situation going on down there. Everybody's pretty well worked up, and maybe you know.
You'd rather have somebody else.
Plus, he's first lieutenant, think he'd make the right decision all the time either.
Yeah.
He isn't a lot of different from anybody else. He isn't like he's...
Yeah.
I don't-
Right there with you.
Well, anyway, that was one experience. I was telling about Beehive, and I said, if he'd have got hit, that I could have probably, isn't that strange that you can make one statement?
Decision, yeah.
Yeah, I can still hear him. You didn't say, no, I'm not going up there. I mean, that was unheard. You just didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's something you just didn't do.
Yeah.
If they told you to do it, you did it. I mean, it wasn't even, you're not supposed to even say, oh, I don't know if I want to go, why don't you go?
So did you have to file a report when you came back?
Huh?
Did you have to file a report?
File a report?
Yeah.
Never, you didn't go back up there again. You can't go, I said, you can't get on that bridge. You get below, but then you couldn't see anyway, so then we abandoned that idea.
Yeah.
They had it covered, so that we weren't going to sneak out of there, I guess.
Yeah.
They figured that they had us pinned down in there, they were going to keep us there.
Yeah.
Just stay. Well, that was, when you talk about Everhart, when you depend on somebody, I think he was the kind of guy that you would kind of, as long as he had a wad of beech nut in his mouth, he was in good shape. I just kind of can still him. I think he just made a backward somersault. It seemed like that. I kind of caught a glimpse of him, and he just on the side of the hill. And the infantry guy, it isn't anything that's,
When
that's just part of the. It isn't saying that, oh, you're some kind of hero, because I mean that's.
Well, when you think about it, how how many close calls there can be.
Huh?
How many close encounters, close calls,
Yeah. Well,
near misses.
Technically talk about close. I mean, that's just infantry stuff.
Yeah.
And people say, well, it's a close call. Well, it wouldn't make a difference. It's been 50 feet away or 1 foot. Did it have one thing to do with it, as long as it...
Well, that's a nice...
Nothing like a close call. It just happened to be. We didn't say, boy, that was a close call. Nobody got around and say, boy, I had a close call today. No, I never even heard the term.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't happen, you shouldn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
It's just something that might have happened, so you shouldn't even really write about it. I mean, you shouldn't put that in a book. I mean, because it didn't happen. I mean, you could have been, say, what if,